Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to another episode of F1 Manager Challenge Mode. We are at the halfway point of Season 2 and our team is ticking along very nicely right now. Our drivers are developing well. Freddie is really coming into his own this season and the points are flowing quite nicely as well. We picked up a couple of wins in the first half of the season. Let's see if we can continue that kind of run of form into the second half as we head to one of my all-time favourite tracks, Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. We are just 5 points behind Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship, and in the Drivers' Championship we are closing in on that sort of battle for fourth place as well. We're only a few points off that now. So yeah, it's getting interesting. We've got a big load of scouting due to pop up in the next couple of days. I think we have also got an upgrade due before this Grand Prix. So let's advance a little bit of time and see what happens. How you doing, Jason? Good to see you tonight. All right, so we've got details on Checo and Lewis, Charles and Max. So we've got some contract information on those guys now. We can see when their deals are up, how much they're worth, etc, etc. Let's go ahead and select the next 4 drivers to scout. So we'll do Sites and Russell, Lando and Valtteri. There we go. Our helipad is fully refurbed. Do we have any points yet? Nope. Roman Staniek is being... is it Staniek or Stanec? It might be Stanec. Not sure how to pronounce his surname. He's being recommended. He's a Hungarian driver, I believe. Oh no, he's Czech. Getting him mixed up with another driver who I usually don't sign it. Okay, I was sure we had something. Yeah, we do. We've got a front wing. Okay, we are a little low on a couple of parts that we probably should have gone ahead and manufactured. We're short on a chassis, so let's go ahead and make a spare chassis. It's 8 days. As long as we don't prang it on day 1, we'll be okay. Evening, Marcel. And there we go. Our new front wing, our big super front wing, is available. This is a major upgrade for us. This one's going to have hours for both the wind tunnel and CFD thrown into it. So let's go ahead and manufacture that. We want to emergency 4 of those. And let's get that fitted to the car. There we go. And if we take a look now at car performance, let's see where we are compared to the rest of the field. Okay, so we're taking a big hit on speed. That's a little disconcerting. We have gained a bit back in cornering. Some other teams definitely have brought some upgrades here. That is very clear to see. We do have a new rear wing coming from Monza. So let's have a look. next year. So the underfloor is going to be affected next year, as is the front wing and the suspension. Okay, so it's low, medium and high speed. So side pods, I can't remember if side pods will be affected. I think they will. It's pretty much everything, I think, really, except for the chassis that's going to be affected. So let's go ahead, and we're 3 days away actually from a next ATR period. So do I want to try and crank out a quick underfloor? How many engineers have I got? I've only got 4 available. That's research. How long would it take to build a new underfloor? Probably too long. $39 days just for a very, very basic one, which isn't really going to give us much benefit. And we'd be looking at, probably realistically, if we are going to do one, more than likely it's going to be for COTA for the last 4 races of the season. I don't know if I want to waste all those engineers for that length of time on a part that's not really going to give us a huge benefit. So I think it's going to be a struggle for us in this final section of the season if we're not developing to hunt down Mercedes. I think the advantage that we've had is going to disappear. Let's see what kind of impact we can make with maybe a new chassis. That will give us a touch more speed, but not much. It will improve our engine cooling a little bit. I don't really want to do another front wing project. It's been a while since we've done a suspension. We look at an optimized cooling and then tweak that maybe. We could go with that. That would give us a little bit of a boost to our brake cooling. Not much. Would give us a bit of a speed boost. Would give us a little bit of a boost in our cornering as well. That would actually hurt us in terms of development. Yeah. Okay. I think we kind of reached the point where we can't really do much in terms of development without throwing in hours, which we don't have yet, and I think we might just have to go straight onto the research side of things. So let's do a suspension research project. We're 3 days away. When are we getting a new design center upgrade, or was that already dropped? Oh, we're not getting another upgrade, are we? Because we upgraded the suspension and I think the CFD. So, okay. Yeah, this is where the restrictions on our facility upgrades are hurting us. Okay, so let's go into suspension. No hours to put in. We're going to optimize cooling. We're also going to optimize our gains here a little bit. We definitely want to optimize drag reduction. I'm deliberately staggering these because I want to try and make sure that we get a little bit of balance in the car. So we don't have something that's stacked very heavily towards low speed over high speed, because that'll just be more difficult to correct. So we want a little bit of improvement there. We want a little bit more improvement here, and then a lot of improvement here, I think. So we'll do that as our research project. Let's see how quickly we can knock that out. 29 days. Yeah, let's go with that. That leaves me 2 months at the end of the season. We've got Cypods due in 4 days. Okay, let me have a quick look at current projects. The Cypods, there's only one engineer freeing up. That'll probably be our underfloor research project that we do then, because we'll have new hours, we'll have one engineer, and we'll just throw all those hours and one engineer on the underfloor for next season. And it'll take the rest of this year to do, but it should give us a huge boost into next year's underfloor, which would be nice. Evening, Farah. If I haven't said an evening already, I don't think I did. Right, it is race time, so let's set our targets. Quali position, I'm not 100% convinced I can get both cars into Q2, given that we've taken a bit of a hit in speed. So I'm going to go 2 in 12th and just 1 in Q3. Fastest lap's the incentive. We'll try and finish with both cars in the top 10. But that might be a bit trickier. As I said, we've taken a hit on speed with other teams bringing some upgrades. Did we have weather? I think we had weather. It's not showing us accurate forecast in 3 weeks. Oh dear. Let's see if it'll show it this way. No. That's annoying. Alright. We'll find out when we get in.
Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome to Spa-Francorchamps. This circuit was built in 1921, and even though its length was halved in 1979, the Belgian Grand Prix is still one of the longest, fastest, and most magical races on the F1 calendar. Spa-Francorchamps is famous for its long straights and fast corners. Drag efficiency will make all the difference here as drivers zoom through the famous sequence of Eau Rouge leading up into Raidillon. But a twisty middle sector keeps things tricky down on the track. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get this underway.
Alright, so we do have rain in the first session and potentially rain in quali as well, but it's going to be a dry race. That's good. So, we're going to start with soft tyres in the first session, given that there's going to be rain, heavy rain in this day. We can always see if there's no rain in the first session, we can always immediately switch onto hard tyres just to get the full running in on those tyres. Let's start by swapping out parts. So practice engine goes in for both cars. Practice ERS modules. And worn gearboxes will go in as well. There we go. Right. Run plan for Spa is just 15 laps, I believe. Is a very, very long lap here. So let's take a look at the sliders once we set the pace. Okay, it's looking like a very low front wing. That was a bit more balanced. Okay, so 15 laps, set the pace. Let's start off with Freddie's car. I'm going to go with a 2.5 on the front wing and a 9.5 on the rear wing. Let's go with a 4.6, a 3.5 and a 0.7. 0.75. There we go. So that's that car done. And let's go to Felipe's. We'll put a little bit more front wing on this one. So we'll go 3.5 on this one. 9.5 on the rear. We're going to go 2.8. And that's not going to fit. So let's go 3.7 instead. That will fit. A 3.45 and a 0.85. There we go. And let's give those two different setups a try.
Radio check.
Okay, so this is a dry session, so we're immediately going to switch onto hard tyres so that we can get the hard tyre use out of the way in a session where we can use all of those tyres. Just going to give a little bit of a gap between our two drivers so they don't trip over each other. There we go. So yeah, it's unfortunate that we are losing a bit of straight line speed compared to the rest of the field going into this Grand Prix. We have been fast, but now we're in the bottom half of the rankings when it comes to top speed. However, we are still very strong on cornering, especially with that new front wing, so that will help mitigate that. This is a circuit of almost entirely high-speed corners. There's only a couple of low speeds, and it's the chicane and the hairpin at turn 1, and everything else is high-speed corners or flat-out tracks. So we'll be weak in a couple of parts, and we'll be very strong in everywhere else, basically. It's the long camel straight. It's going to be tricky for us to get overtakes, which isn't ideal, because that's probably the best place to actually get those overtakes done. But we will be very strong through the second half of the circuit.
How's the balance?
Which will enable us to stay close enough to hopefully get into those DRS zones and maybe take advantage of them. A lot of work needed for Felipe's car. That is not great. Hopefully it'll be easier to set up than it was last night at Hungary. That was just a pain. Alright, Freddie's in.
Copy that.
So we need to change the roll bar. Let's push that to a 3.7. Let's go to a 3.5, a 9.5, a 3.45 and a 0.85, which is the setup that we just put onto Felipe's car, and that's too much of a change. I think that's going to break the rear wing, so I'm going to go back to a 2.5. We are going to keep the 3.7, and we're going to dial this back a little bit, and we'll try that and see what that does. And now we've got to have a look at Felipe's, and this one's going to need a lot more work to it. I think we might need to change the rear wing angle on this one as well. Yes, we do. Okay, so that has to be a 10. Can't be anything other than a 10. The front wing angle needs to come down, so we're going to make that a 2.5, I think. Let's go 3. Let's bring this to a 5.5. Let's bring this back to a 3.15. And we'll go the opposite direction with this. And that gives us good separation on everything that needs it and just a tiny bit of separation on the cornering. We'll go with that. Some pretty substantial changes, but we were in the low 70s, so substantial changes were needed. Alright, out go the drivers.
I think we've had a car run wide. We can take a look now. So this was the Aston Martin. They're way off.
A little careless, but hopefully that's not going to impact his track knowledge. Yeah, it looks like his curve is not really affected. Well, that's not good though, and that's why I emergency manufactured 4 front wings, because this is a regular occurrence at this circuit. People locking up at the bus stop.
Really, something went very, very wrong there. And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame.
How bad is the damage? Well, it's taken a fair bit of chunk out of the gearbox, I think. The engine doesn't seem to have taken any real damage. The ERS doesn't. Maybe the gearbox didn't. Maybe the gearbox got away with it. But we have damaged the front wing. Luckily, we haven't damaged the chassis or the suspension, because we are a bit short on those, so that's okay. Let's call them in for a new front wing, because it's too long to run without one. We get a sneak peek at the progress he's made setup-wise as well. Some improvement, but not enough. I wonder. I can't take that any further that way. And that might be right. Let me try... So that's where we were. Let's just leave the setup untouched. We'll complete the setup run. And let's put a new front wing on the car. And let's get him to finish off the feedback.
We've just had a car run wide.
What do you think?
All right, feedback for Felipe. That's a big improvement. Very big improvement. Oh, and he's locked up. Oh, and he's locked up at that corner as well. That's 2 front wings gone already. Jesus.
Oh, and that's a crash!
At least he's just damaged the front wing. We're just going to call him in. End his run. We're not going to send him back out. There's no point. Uh, 95. So we did improve Vesti. So at least now we know where to find those little bits of improvement in the setup. This is Felipe's car. Let's have a look at a small change. Something like that, maybe. Might be going the wrong way on that, we'll see. Have to emergency manufacture another couple of wings, I think. Expensive weekend. We emergency manufactured 4 and we've broken 2 of them in the first session. Luckily, money is not really an object for us this season. And it's going to be a wet session in this one. What changes do I need to make here? Just some tweaks. So let's go with a small change there. We're at 95%, so it doesn't need to be a substantial change, just needs to be minor changes. We're going to try that and see what happens with that. We'll stay with softs. Let's go ahead and emergency manufacture another 2. Let's get 3 more wings just to be on the safe side. Still got 2 more sessions to go, then quali and then the race, so we may yet have to make even more spare front wings. Right, run plan. We'll go to 18 laps, but it's going to rain, so we may well have to come in way before the end of the planned run. And it's going to rain hard as well.
Ready to check?
Yeah, we'll get a few laps in.
Green light, green light.
Alright, so hopefully we can come through this session unscathed. Is that someone else at turn 18?
There's been a crash.
It is, it's Lance Stroll. So we're not the only ones.
We are expecting rain pretty soon.
Yeah, copy.
It's going to be interweather, not full wet weather. Okay. We can cope with that.
Did somebody spin out there?
We are expecting rain pretty soon.
Copy.
Alright, so now we're going to call the guys in.
So I'm entering the pit now.
Copy. So make sure you get your pit limiter as you come in the pit lane.
Right, so front wing's still wrong. Let's try extending the change on that a little. Let's go there. Throw on a set of enters. And that is potentially good. We don't really know, so we're not going to make any changes here. We're just going to throw on inters. Send him straight back out again. Right, touch wood, Felipe's car is where it needs to be. We're about to find out.
How does it feel?
No. I think we only gained 1%. Let's leave him out there, get some more track time in. Alright, Freddy now. Oh, big spike of water there. And we're back into conditions.
Sounds like there's been a
Alonso into the wall. And now Joe. Everyone's hitting the wall again.
What's your thoughts on
86.
coming in
Oh, we've gone backwards.
doing any more?
It's just like last night all over again. These cars just do not want to get set up properly. Stay out for an extra lap. Yeah, that'll get them to about 75%. There or thereabouts. Right, so what needs to change? The front wing has broken the rear wing, so let's try a little bit of correction. Have I overdone that again? Alright, let's try that. Really not sure on this one at all. I guess we'll see what happens in the next session. Vesti needs more time on track. There we go. So yeah, we've gone the wrong way with everything here. So let's switch the direction on that. Let's go with a 4-6. So we can pull that way. That's going to affect the cornering way too much. Alright, let's go back to a 3-7. Let's try putting that about there. Into pure guesswork here. And that is another session done. At least we didn't break any more wings this session. That's an improvement. Alright, have we got rain in this session? Maybe, maybe not. Let's put on some mediums for this session. It's a dry race, so we will be potentially two-stopping with a soft, medium, soft. Let's go 20 laps. We've made the change to the setup. Let's go 22 laps for Freddie. And hopefully we can nail it this session.
Radio check.
Okay, so it's a dry session, so we're going to have a wet quali then.
Okay, it's green now. Rain, all clear.
Yeah, copy.
This is a circuit where I'm fully expecting Freddie to be faster. Slower than Felipe. Given that pace stats are really important for this circuit, given the high-speed flowing nature of it. I think it'll be the same at Monza as well. I think Felipe will have a definite advantage over his teammate in those two races. Not so sure about Zandvoort. Zandvoort's a bit more of a mixture of corners. Alright, almost got some feedback from Freddie. Please be a good improvement here. Boom! Nailed it. Alright, what about Felipe? And we've got his nailed as well. Oh, thank God. Oh, that feels good. That takes a bit of pressure off. Alright, so we can call in Felipe now. And now we can call in Freddie. So we've survived another session without breaking any wings. Always a good thing. And we've got the cars set up properly at last. So now we just need to get through a potentially tricky qualifying with some wet weather. and find out just how much our lack of straight line speed is going to hurt us. We're fighting against the Mercedes. If we can get, you know, in front of the Ferraris as well, that would be nice. But our target is to get in front of Hamilton and Russell. They're who we're fighting with in the constructors right now. Just 5 points the gap.
Oh, we've had a spin.
And that is encouraging to see Mercedes having a couple of issues.
Oh, there's a spin.
We are going to be throwing in a brand new engine for this Grand Prix. It will have done one qualifying run, so 3 laps. That'll be it. And there we go, session over. So going into quali, we've got penalties for Max, for Charles, that's helpful. A penalty for Bottas. Just those 3 drivers, okay. Let's get those new parts in the car. So there we go, that's our last remaining tip-top engine for Freddie. I'm going to keep the tip-top engine there, the 99%. I'm going to keep that for Monza, and we'll use this one here. It's at 96, that's good enough. Let's go with and change on the ERS modules to, you know, good modules, and we want good gearboxes as well. There we go. Right, we're ready to qualify. Let's see when the rain turns up.
Radio check, radio check.
Not in the first session.
Radio check.
So I'm just going to do one run. Try and save some softs for the race. Which we know will be dry. Just want to make sure we can get a clean run. So we only have to run the once rather than doing a second run. If we get held up at all. That's a big gap between Sainz and Perez. 0.8 of a second. That's huge. Alright, getting close to going out. There goes the rest of the field. We should probably already be out, but never mind. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a gap. Have we got enough time to get around? I'm not 100% certain I've got enough time here. I might have left it a little bit too long. Someone having a wobble on their warm-up lap.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
This is going to be a little tense. I think Vesti's going to be fine. I'm a little concerned for Felipe. I think he's just about going to make it. Oh no, Freddie!
Let's take a closer look. So this was the Aston Martin.
Freddie's out. Now there goes a third brand new rear wing, front wing.
And that was a bitter blow for the team, and it may have really hurt their overall chances.
Alright, well Felipe did manage to start his lap. Hopefully he'll get a good one. And hopefully he didn't get held up there. But yeah, Vesti's out. Don't think he's damaged anything component wise. Engine's fine. It's probably my own fault. I probably should have sent him out on a banker lap at the start of the session. Oh wow, Felipe only just squeezes through. He did get held up passing Vesti, but it was just enough to get him through. Oh, nearly lost both cars in Q1 then. That would have been a disaster. Ooh. Alright, let's see how we can recover from this. Let's do a scrub run at the start of the session. We have got rain still to come.
Radio check.
And it's coming in this session, so let's go straight out. Right, please let me have a clean run here. Ocon gets held. I think we got away with that. Yeah, we got through with that. Okay. So that's us through to Q3.
There is a small sprinkling of rain.
Yeah, copy.
And now we might see a couple of the big names risk getting eliminated here. Perez and Sainz in particular. Is the rain going to get worse? No, it's going to stay about where it is. So they're on the wrong tyres right now. So this is going to give an interesting battle to who can get in 10th place, because I think Ricciardo might well be safe. So it's now but going to be Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez and Sainz all scrapping over 10th place, which means it's probably going to be Max. But this will be an interesting little fight. Don't forget, Verstappen has a penalty, and so does Leclerc as well, and Bottas, who's also made it through. So this is definitely going to shake up the order a bit. So ideally, if Max, even if Max gets through, we could end up on pole position with Felipe, potentially. Verstappen's out. He did not do enough to improve. Nor did Sainz. Perez knocks out Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton's out. So Perez sneaks through, but we lose Hamilton, Verstappen and Sainz in this session. And with Verstappen's penalty, he's going to be at the back of the grid with us. That actually really helps us out, because that Red Bull's way faster than we are. But if we can hang on to the back of it on the straights, I think we'll have the advantage through the corners. We might be able to ride his slipstream all the way up through the field. So that actually is potentially very, very good for us. And who knows, we might have rain in this final session as well. We've got a new set of tyres to play with. Could we start first and last? That would be an interesting dynamic. Rain is going to come out pretty quickly. So we're going to go out early again.
Rain, all clear.
Hopefully.
Okay, copy.
Ah, we're getting held. Ah, got held from that McLaren. That's not good. Got held for both the McLarens. Ooh. That's really not good. Might have to take manual control here. I can see Farah cheering at Hamilton's elimination. He's still going to start in the top 10 because of the penalties. Alright, so I've got to time this just right for taking manual control, because we will immediately start accelerating past whichever McLaren's right in front of me. Which one is it? Ricardo. But I've got to time it so I don't get caught up behind Norris or Bottas. So let's go now. And this should get us past both McLarens. And puts us just onto the slipstream of Bottas. That's worked out really nicely. The rain is a-coming. Can we finish the lap before it starts? With Perez making it through, it looks like Perez is probably going to get pole position. Leclerc may out-qualify him, but with his penalty, it's going to promote Perez. I don't think we've got enough pace to even challenge Perez on a lap time here. We went purple in the first sector. Here comes the rain.
There's more rain now, so just watch for slippery conditions.
Okay, copy.
We just about managed to get the lap done. Alonso goes fastest, immediately replaced by Perez, who's almost a second faster. We get ahead of Bottas with 0.4 of a second off.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
So, yeah, it's P2 for us. That rain's not going away, so that's your running order for the grid, I think. So again, with Leclerc in 10th and him having a penalty, that could throw him way down towards the back of the grid as well. Bottas has got a penalty, so the car next to us in terms of pace at the moment is Alonso. I don't think it's really that big a gap. I think that's mainly because he was behind us on track when the rain started, but you know, half a second is half a second. We were half a second quicker than Bottas and he was in front of us, so yeah, that's looking good. There we go. There is your running order. So, front row start for us. That's very nice indeed.
It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
There was some astonishing work from Aston Martin during qualifying, and their drivers are now poised to have a very strong race start. We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
Well, no one can ever predict what will happen at Spa-Francorchamps, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be eventful.
So we found our quali targets. Position gain. Let's try and do a position gain here. It's going to make me predict a win for Felipe. Actually, I don't want to do. Yeah, I can't undo that. I can't hold position with him. It annoys me that you can only do a position gain with both cars, not one car. So we'll not do that because I don't think we're going to beat Perez. And all that's going to do is just cost us a huge amount of money if we fail to achieve that objective. Setup for the race. Let's see. I'm looking at a 2-stop. Potentially. I want to see. What the timing is on that. Oh, it's way faster to just go with the 1-stop. I didn't think it would be that much faster. Alright, so 1-stop it is then. We'll go to lap 20. If we get an early safety car, then we can switch onto a 2-stop strategy. If we get a safety car in this, shortly after we pit, then we can look at something like that. And if we get a safety car later than that, then we can look at something like that. So we've got some options. I'm not going to go through planning out all those options on Felipe as well. Just going to have them on the one car, because we can mirror those in the race as and where we need to. We are going to take a lap of fuel out. And I'm going to go very aggressive off the line with both drivers here. Felipe to try and jump into the lead and control the race for the first couple of laps at least, until Perez gets us with DRS on the Camel Straight. And also we want to try and jump some positions with Freddie, who's promoted up to 17th, so he's probably going to have Leclerc and Verstappen behind him, and maybe even Bottas as well.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. Taking a look at the Aston Martin, they're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds of the race. There's the second Aston Martin. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. Everything's been building to this. Get ready, it's the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, not a great start from Felipe. Vesti is overtaken by Stroll. No, not by Stroll. Bottas. Bottas has got past us and Stroll.
A
Now we're
position
past
gained
Stroll.
for Alfa Romeo.
Verstappen and Leclerc still at the back.
That's it.
Let's try and go brave on the brakes.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Not quite. I probably shouldn't have taken any fuel out thinking about it. I forgot it's a lot of fuel on this circuit.
Save fuel.
Alright, let's just tuck in. We'll try and pick our spots with Freddie where we can.
Okay, suggest lift and coast.
Felipe will just hope he's got enough in the car to stay with Perez.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Copy.
Alright, let's try and get a run down into Eau Rouge. What about through Radiol? No, tuck in on the camel. Get a little bit of slipstream, pull out towards the end. I didn't pull out, damn it. Not the first time those words have been uttered, I'm guessing. Oh dear. Mind in the gutter. Alright, here we go. Around the outside. And now we can start chasing down Bottas. Stroll is doing a fantastic job holding up Verstappen and Leclerc. Loving that. Felipe has managed to stay with Perez and has also gapped Alonso. That's excellent.
DRS enabled. You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
This time he pulls out. And Bottas he loses his position. Need to try and get a little bit of battery saved.
Just need to charge up.
And still try and find a way past and also keep Bottas behind us all at the same time here. So I like how straight line speed is hurting us a little bit, but having the DRS helps neutralise that, and we're very good through the corners. I spoke way too soon. We're very good through the corners, except that one. That one we kind of suck at.
They've gone wide.
And we've allowed Verstappen to jump through as a result. You know what, let's go defensive. Let's let Verstappen try and overtake us, and then try and tuck in behind him. If we can leave Stroll behind, no, not Stroll, sorry, Charles behind, I'll be okay with that. There we go. So Max is going to take 16th from us. We'll tuck him behind. We'll get the DRS, and we'll follow him through now, which was the original plan anyway. Was to just, you know, piggyback through the field on him. I missed it.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
But Felipe has completed the move and taken the lead. Good lad.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
Oh, he just completed it.
And they clear it. Big move for them. And a...
Right, do not want to let Max sprint away here. There we go. Perez dives back up the inside. Again, that's excellent, because we'll get the DRS again. We can continue fuel saving.
Red Bull moved up.
And already we are hunting down Bottas. Again.
Doing a good job, keep pushing. No saving required.
Okay.
Right, so we're doing 147, 148s at the front. Yeah, Verstappen is a little bit quicker. Although he's just hit the back of Bottas. That's going to slow him down until he can find a way through. Magnussen trying to break away from his teammate. And Felipe once again pulls the move off and can control the pace at the front again.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. Here's the replay. So this was the Aston Martin.
carbon copy almost of the last one. Just took a little bit longer to get the move done.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Okay, copy.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
Go on up the inside. There we go. So this is what I was hoping, was that Verstappen would be like the battering ram and we would just sneak our way through behind. Almost like an ambulance chaser kind of thing.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Max is on mediums as well. Okay.
Lift and coast will help.
Okay, copy.
Who ran wide? Might have been Schumacher. Yeah, it was Schumacher. He's suddenly dropped 6 seconds behind us.
Right, watch this. There's Schumacher.
Oh, he actually went through the barrier there.
See them slide off.
Luckily, it didn't detect any damage for him. And we are getting some excellent fuel saving going on here with Felipe, just controlling the pace at the front. Alright, Bottas has jumped Magnussen.
You've got loads of energy.
Copy.
Leclerc is still stuck behind Stroll. I'd completely forgotten he was back there. And his task of getting past Stroll has been made harder by the fact that Stroll is now in the DRS and slipstream of Schumacher after that little excursion of his. Bottas is sprinting away, so Max is going to get the break in a moment. Let's get ourselves in a position to capitalise on that. A bit of an unconventional line through the corner for Vesti there. Here comes the slipstream charge. Magnussen's still able to stay within range of Bottas there. So let's go back into saving mode. Felipe is still holding off Perez. I am very surprised by that. I would have thought Perez would have retaken the position by now. And now it looks like Bottas has been able to break away. No, he's still got DRS. Oh, have I messed up here? I think I'm okay. Yes, just okay. And there we go. Perez finally does get back in front. Well, we saved a ton of fuel. We'll stay tucked in behind for this lap, and then next lap, when we get past, if we get past on the next lap, I will stop fuel saving and try and sprint away. Almost fully charged again with Freddy.
Energy if you need it.
Yeah, copy.
Ah, he's too close. Go on, outbrake him. Excellent stuff. Right, so now we're going to sprint for the rest of this lap and see if we can break further away.
Nicely done.
As Verstappen finally gets past Magnussen. So that's our next target.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Hopefully we can make that a bit of an easier job than Max did. Those soft tyres have got to be starting to struggle a little bit. Let's have a look. 60%. Yeah, Max is gone already, look. Oh, around the outside there is a ridiculous place to try and overtake. It's I've never seen it done in real life. So we set fastest lap, but we didn't break away. We'll keep sprinting. We've got enough battery for another attempt. At the very least, we'll open up the gap to the Alpines again. Oh, I think we just gave away the DRS. I don't know. Nope, we got it.
That's it.
Yeah, we just don't have enough pace to break away from Perez. Okay. No point trying any further on that. We'll just hold the position. See if we can catch up to these two in front of us. Now look at that queue of traffic from Russell down. Russell, Ricciardo, Vettel, Sainz, Hamilton, Gasly. That's next after we get past Bottas and Verstappen. There's Norris boxes. So the first of the soft runners is in, and Sainz is in. And Bottas as well. Ooh, that helps because we've just caught up to the back of Verstappen. So we've got some DRS, although he got it off Bottas as well. I wonder if those guys are one or two stopping. I mean, there must be one stopping. I don't think the two stops are really viable here. Again, the smart option here is just to stay tucked up.
Red Bull moved up.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Yeah, copy.
Save a little bit of fuel. Maybe try and get a little bit of battery saving done again, and just allow Verstappen's better pace to pull us onto the back of the cars in front. There's no question that if we did not have the DRS, we would not be able to stay with Perez. I'm convinced of that. He was 0.4 a second faster than us in quali.
You can stop lift and coast.
Okay, copy.
That car just accelerates so well.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Alright, so we're up to 12th, and Leclerc is down in 16th. So he did get past Schumacher and the two Williams cars. Bottas and Sainz are both pitted and are now straddling either side of Leclerc. Don't know if he's going to have enough grip to be able to stay with his teammate. Both our drivers getting close to being dropped by the Red Bulls, so we're going to have to just stop trying to charge them for a couple of laps, I think, just to make sure we don't lose the DRS. And we have caught up to the back of Gasly pretty quickly. We're lapping 1.3 seconds a lap faster than Gasly right now. Well, Verstappen is, and we're lapping about the same kind of pace. Ooh, someone locks up. That's not Sector 2, that's Sector 1. That's either Zhou or Stroll. I think it's Zhou. Yeah. That's turn 1.
Let's take
not turn
look.
19.
There we have Joe. Oh, and there's the lockup. That's the last.
So that does not help us in any way, shape or form, which is a bit of a shame. Just got to make sure we don't get dropped here.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
Sorry.
Max is into Gasly's DRS. We're just on the edge. Alonso boxing. I think we missed out on the DRS, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We're getting close to our pit window. We're pitting in 4 laps. Max is going to have a run on Gasly. And I think our run of fortune and sticking behind Max has probably come to an end here. Yeah, he swoops through, and we're still not even in Gasly's DRS yet. Maybe Max will get held up behind Hamilton. Well, we didn't gain as many positions as I would have liked riding the Max Verstappen train, but we certainly gained a lot of ground. Being able to lap that that kind of Red Bull pace for those extra laps. Hamilton dives into the pit, so he will not be holding up Verstappen, who's now on the back of Vettel. There we go, we get past Gasly, but we're now 2.5 seconds off Max. There is a queue though in front. It's a queue of 4 cars, including Max. three in front of him. Vettel, Russell and Ricciardo, and it's quite busy. So hopefully we can use this as a chance to close up a bit. Right, this will be the last lap that I do any kind of charging with Felipe. He'll be back to full battery in a moment.
Energy's good.
Just got a little bit more in reserve. We have halved the gap to Verstappen. He is definitely getting held up now, which is good. It's what we needed. I'm going to have to spend a bit of battery here just to get back onto Perez.
Yes.
I'm going to spend a little bit of fuel as well.
No saving required.
Okay.
Oh, and Perez boxes. Okay, so we are going to sprint and see if we can overcut, which is going to be a hell of an ask. Don't avoid curbs. That is death for lap time. There we go. Alright, we've got ourselves back into Max's DRS just as he's about to overtake Vettel. We're only 13.5 seconds ahead of Perez, so it's a very short time loss for a pit stop here. About 14 seconds, 15 seconds maybe.
Push more.
Yes.
Everything you got, please, without locking up at the final corner. We're going to try and undercut Max, although I think Max is probably going to pit this lap as well. But just in case, if he stays out, we'll try and get the undercut.
Box, box. Box, box.
Copy, box.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
Alright, crucial pit stop here.
Copy. Copy that. So make sure you get your pit.
Okay, so we didn't get the undercut, but we do come out right on his backside. We've got a real chance of getting the DRS. Yes, we just got back into the DRS. Ooh, that was tough. And we just made it out ahead of Bottas. But we have given Bottas the DRS. Max has gone again. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, Max has gone. He's gone wide. Parked it on the curb.
Someone spun out.
Oh, and Joe's gone as well.
Look. Let's take another look. There we have
That's
Joe.
turn 19.
Look at that. They've spun their car.
I want to see the replay of Max.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. We can take a look now. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
There he is, parked up. So that makes us pretty much a lock now for a podium with Drugovich. It's just a question of how far up the grid we can bring Vesti before this race ends. We are still going to have to do some fuel saving with him, I think. Maybe a touch more with Felipe as well. I'm not too sure. We'll see how the race unfolds. Right now, though, we have got the measure of pace on Bottas, and we are hunting down Vettel and Ricciardo. And there's Max in the background. He's going to start flying onto the back of us. Need to clear these two in front as quickly as I can. Right, I've got Vettel's DRS, I think.
This is good, come on.
Ah, no, not quite. We didn't quite get it before the line. So Bottas is going to have a lunge. It wasn't quite close enough. But we're in range now. Another sector 1 lock-up. Or was that just a wide? It's a spin for Stroll. The Williams boys are not having a good race again. Their car is just awful this year. Vettel's through on Ricciardo. I'm going to try and follow Vettel through before the end of the lap if I can.
Copy.
Oh, that's a lock-up behind us. Someone's gone in the wall.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Oh, Gasly's just had a spin. Okay, spin's better than going in the wall. Alright, we're through on Ricciardo, but we've given up the DRS to do it.
You're doing a good job.
I think. No, we managed to just get it from Ricciardo before we got past him. I'll take that. Oh, that's Alonso
Moved up a place.
with an error. Ah, it's all happening. Can't keep
They've
up.
run wide. Let's have a look. Okay, so there we have the Alpine.
That's what Max did.
They've taken that far too wide.
Is that another one? It is. Oh my God, that's Hamilton. Everyone's just throwing themselves off right now.
Someone's run wide. Let's see what happened there. Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one. They've gone wide. They won't be happy about that.
I know someone will be happy about that. And Felipe's taking Perez. Didn't see that happening in all the other carnage. You're doing a little dance.
We're not okay on fuel.
Little chair boogie.
Yeah, copy.
Just got this mental image of someone in a chair just raising the roof, swinging from side to side. Alright, so Vettel and Russell up next. There's Max.
We just need to charge up.
Yeah, copy.
Okay, happy to lift and coast.
Copy.
Just save for a few corners while we're stuck behind these two. Haven't really got a position to do anything. Albon's in third. And he's stopped us already as well. Wow. Albon has fought his way up to third place. Good going. Well done, Alex.
So use energy.
Copy.
Alright, let's get a run if we can. Slipstream engaged, DRS active. I couldn't quite sneak it up the inside. Let's try and get him on the exit of this corner actually here, out of no name.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
Go on, dive up the inside. Nope. Got so much more pace through that corner there. Vettel's coming, I need to get through. Not Vettel, sorry, Verstappen's coming. I need to get past Vettel. Evening, Mr. Water. A little late tonight. Right, this lap surely. Ah. Gonna charge up again. They are tantalisingly close to points.
save fuel.
Copy.
Okay, suggest lift and coast.
Okay, copy.
I think that's genuine pace from Albon and Vettel. Vettel's pulling away. And it's not a tyre advantage. I think that's a genuine pace advantage. I'm guessing AlphaTauri is one of the teams that brought a big upgrade here. Max has got past Ricciardo, which means he should get past Bottas this lap. There he is, stepping out in the background. Here comes the Dutchie.
No saving required.
Copy.
We're not quite close enough to try and do the overtake trick on the way down to Eau Rouge. Plus, Russell's got a slipstream from the back of Vettel, so that's not going to help us. Max is flying. We're kind of stuck, which is not great. A safety car right now would really shake things up. We've got more pace than this. We can go much faster than this. We just can't get the clear air to use it because we don't have the straight line speed. It's the cornering speed that we've got here. I don't want to give up position to Max now that we've got it again. Oh, he looks like he's about to just bump us out the way there. Alright, I'm going to try and push through here.
You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
Come on, come on, come on. We've caught Alonso.
Red Bull gained a place.
Now we're stuck in an even bigger DRS train. Just got to give it everything here.
Stop, lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
There we go, force it through up the inside. Having to push a lot harder than I would like to. Don't really have a choice.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Let's at least stay tucked up for a couple of corners, maybe. No, I was just wondering if someone was going to lock up, and it was us.
Let's take a look at the replay. So this was the Aston Martin. Well, I don't know what they were thinking there. They're completely off the racing line. And that's the lockup.
God damn it, we're all day down in 15th now. Got a big old gap.
This is good.
Because all those are
Aston
the
Martin
strategies
with a
that I
great
had.
play there. They've moved up a place.
All those are the strategies that we had, that we saved. They're all gone. It's been a nightmare race for Freddie. Felipe's been fantastic. Now we desperately need a safety car if we're going to rescue anything out of Freddie's afternoon here.
Lift and coast will help.
Yeah, copy.
The good thing is, as well, if we do get a safety car, we've got a big enough gap to Albon and Ocon that we can pit under a safety car and probably hold position. Right, Felipe is in a position where we don't really have to worry about him now. Just need to get a touch more fuel saved with Vesti, that's probably enough. Let's try and hunt down the group in front of us. So we've got a little four-car train that we're chasing. Bottas, Ricciardo, Leclerc and Hamilton. But it's looking like we're not going to get points with Vesti today. It's just a bit too much, I think, to try and hunt down what will be Vettel. Because we know Vettel's quick. I mean, we're quick too, but I just don't think we're going to have enough laps left. Drugovich retakes the lead.
It's good, come on.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. Let's take a closer look. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
Oh, is that using PlayStation Stars? Farah. Yeah, I'm up to somewhere between 10 and 15, I think. Yeah, if you pay attention to your campaigns, you can knock those out really easily and earn those extra 50 points for each one when they pop up. And every time you buy something, you get a nice little bit of a boost as well. I signed up for Stars just before Black Friday, so that when I bought my 2-year PlayStation Plus subscription boost,
You've done a good job.
it gave me what was it, £33.70 or something like that, you know, for each year. So I got 2 lots of 337 coins just for renewing my PlayStation Plus for the next 2 years. So that was a nice little boost. Wow, Vettel's got past Norris. So Norris is going to be the weak point in 8th place. That might be achievable. Especially if he stops again. Sainz might stop again. Let's take another look at strategy. Can we gain any lap time if we were to go onto softs? No. So we're on these tyres until the end or something happens. Does it max out at 20, or can you still keep accruing once you kind of hit that 5,000 point or 20,000 point max?
We just need to charge up.
Okay, copy.
Right, let's try and
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
jump our way past Ricardo here. Oh, someone spun.
Yellow exit of 6. Yellow exit of 6.
Oh, it's Albon. Oh, disaster for Albon. He's had such a good race. Oh, he's managed to get going again. He's still in 5th. He's only lost 1 or 2 places. That's not too bad. But he's been driving so well today.
You've done a good job.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Yeah, take it easy.
Okay, copy.
Oh, this lack of straight line speed is really hurting us. Last roll of the dice for a few laps.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
And we're not close enough. We're just stuck going nowhere. Can we get him around the outside? No. This is so frustrating.
We need to charge it.
Copy.
To back off.
Yeah, copy.
Box.
I can't do anything. I haven't got the tyres left to push. I may as well just throw on a set of softs, hope for a safety car to close the field back up, and at the very least
Into the pit.
take fastest lap away from Verstappen.
Yeah, confirm. Use pit limiter.
So I've lost one place.
Happy to push.
Yeah, copy.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Copy.
Just protecting my tyres at the front. Making sure I've got something to fight with for the last couple of laps.
Let's focus.
Red Bull moved up.
We're good to push.
Copy.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, let's cut back to the front. Right, which Williams is that? That is the first one. The second one's a little bit further up. So that's Joe.
5 laps to go. So use energy if you need it.
Yeah, copy.
Alright, let's go for it, Freddie. See just how fast you can go. I'm hoping to catch Gasly on this lap.
Four laps to go.
There he is. This is going to be a very quick lap. This is comfortably going to be the fastest lap. A 1:43, I think. Oh, someone's locked up. Yeah, 1:43.4. Excellent stuff.
Is that a lockup? Here's the replay. Now look at this. Daniel Ricciardo involved here. Just a bit too heavy on the brakes, and they've locked up.
So that closes the gap to Ricciardo a little bit.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Copy.
Okay, happy to lift and coast.
Copy.
Be 3 to go.
Oh, looks like we got caught out by Stroll there.
Use energy.
Have to push. Close that gap back up.
So happy to let these tyres cool a bit.
Okay, copy.
Drop back a bit.
Okay, copy.
Oh, come on, Freddie. God's sake.
2 laps to go.
Alright, still not back in range.
Push more.
Yeah, copy.
Now we are.
That's it.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
What a disappointing race for Freddie. But Felipe could be on for another win for us here.
No
Perez
saving
is
required.
Okay, copy.
turning the wick up a little bit by the look of it.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Copy.
Save fuel.
Alright, here we go. Final lap.
Last lap.
Got to give it everything here. Go on. Go on. Yes. Hold.
Good job.
No. Ah. And he's retired. No. God damn it.
We've had a crash.
God damn it.
Car in the wall.
Copy.
He's driven an exemplary race, all race, and then he locks up with half a lap to go and blows the car to bits. Oh, I came into this race hoping for a good haul of points, and then after seeing qualifying, hoping we could maybe challenge for the win, but certainly we would be on the podium. And then to be fighting for the lead for the entire fucking race and take the lead on the final lap and then immediately, you know, retire the car. Won't even let me retire on the last lap. Oh, God. Such a cruel
That
ending.
is checkered flag.
Oh, I can't believe that. I really can't believe that. I thought if anyone was going to have a last lap lockup, it was going to be Freddie. What could have been? Alright, if we look at the constructors, Mercedes only get 2 points. So that's got to be Russell, was that? Yeah, Russell in 7th. Hamilton way down in 11th, never really recovered after his penalties. And then locking up and having to park on the side of the road for a couple of corners. So, damage limitation. We could have lost a lot more points to Mercedes there. We only lost 2. But we should have scored so many. We should be in 3rd place in the championship right now. We should be a point ahead of them. 2 points ahead because Russell would only have finished 8th. So that would have been we'd have been 2 points clear if we'd held that position. So deflating. Let's take a look at the post-match reports. An impressive race for Freddie. Could have been so much better than it was. 10 overtakes, 1 failed overtake, 13 failed overtakes, 3 failed defences. For Felipe, an impressive race. Could have been a win. It could have been a win. 8 overtakes, 19 defences, 5 defences, 7 failed defences. They both get an extra development point. We lose a load of money with sponsors. I really don't give a damn about that anymore. How much damage did we do to the car? Yeah, that chassis was a complete write-off, so that's the one we just made. It's only just gone on the car, and that's the only one we got. So we're going to have to manufacture another spare chassis. We're going to have to rush that one. What about suspensions? We're still okay on suspensions. Front wings, and back down to 3 front wings again. We've gone through so many goddamn front wings this weekend. And they were all emergency manufactures as well. We did 4, then we did another 3. So we did 7 wings. 7 of those brand new front wings, and we've got 3 of them. That's it. Smashed up 4 brand new front wings. Oh, god damn. There we go, let's get 2 more in. Alright, how many projects have I got going right now? 1, 2, 3. Although the side pods finishes in a day, so let's at least start work on the underfloor research for next season. Let's check our inbox. A difficult race, yeah, you're not bloody kidding. New ATR period starts today. Let's go to parts development. Oh, we've got to clear off that side pod project first. There we go. Let me check staff and drivers before we go any further. Let's give Freddie another point in braking because he clearly needs it. Need cornering for Felipe because he clearly needs to learn how to take a corner rather than driving in a straight line. We do have a development point for Andrew Green. Okay, so we're going to do an underfloor project. So as this is the last really big project he's going to be involved in this season, let's make sure that we boost the underfloor. Alessandro has a point. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go with high-speed downforce. We do have a point for Chris Cronin. Let's boost our pit crew. Ben is still 3 weeks away. Speaking of the pit crew, let's have a look. Yeah, wing adjustment needs to improve. Although they got a lot of practice fitting new wings this weekend. Trying to find the humour in very trying circumstances here. Right, car development, new project, new research project. Underfloor. So we're going to put all our hours into the one and only major underfloor research project. I am going to be tightening up our rules on manufacturing and researching for next season, just to make it even harder, because it has been, you know, a bit easier to develop the car than I thought it was going to be. So we need to make that even trickier for next year. We want to reduce or improve drag reduction. We want to come back to airflow. We want to max out the high speeds, do a little bit more on each of those. Again, we want to try and overcompensate for the loss of high downforce by minimizing the gains in the other areas, to increase the gains that we get in the high speeds, to negate the loss that we're going to suffer at the end of the year. Airflow sensitivity, we are currently there. Let's throw that back and let's add in a little bit more low speed, because that has hurt the low speed by dropping the airflow sensitivity. Got one engineer, that's going to take 102 days. Done. Right. Is there any other housekeeping I need to do? I do need to decide who I'm going to be replacing with Andrew Green, or replacing Andrew Green with next season. I did have a thought that I was probably going to go with... Oh, hang on. We've got some new guys in here that I haven't scouted. No, I have scouted these guys. I did think I was probably going to go with Ben Watkins. It's not a massive improvement, but he is an improvement in every category. And he is considerably younger as well, so plenty of room to develop across his career. I don't really want to go with a big megastar name. We don't want Resta because we've done him before. We don't want FX because he's too old at over 50. Don't want Nisha for the same reason. Or B. Jodie Eggington is not good enough. Jamon Show is really not good enough. Yeah, there's nobody else new. So as things currently stand, it does look like Ben is the guy we're going to sign. Although I might go Matt Harmon. Matt Harmon will be a huge improvement. I don't know. He's still in contract, whereas Ben is out of contract at the end of the season, I think. Oh no, Ben signed a new deal. He was out of contract last year. Oh, in that case, yeah. It would actually be cheaper to sign Matt Harmon in terms of the buyout fee. And he is better than Ben. So, if we do a comparison between those two, now you can see Matt is better in every category. And Ben is better than Andrew Green in every category. So that is a big step up if we go for Matt Harmon. So I think Matt Harmon is who we're going to approach for the end of the season. That buyout fee will drop down to below 3 mil at the end of the year, but not by a huge amount. Head of Aero is still under contract for another 2 years after this one. Same with our engineers. Well, one of them. Ben is under contract to the end of next season. Chris, the end of the season after next season. So 2.5 years to go on these two. 1.5 years left on Ben. And I will look to replace these two. I need to think about who I'm going to sign as a reserve driver next season as well. Start giving me some suggestions for my reserve driver for next year. We're not going to go with the established names like Oscar Piastri. You know, we're going to try and not use someone we've used before. I may consider Ollie because we haven't really used Ollie Behrman in Williams, and we're not actually going to get to use Ollie Behrman in Williams because we're ending that at the end of season 3 before he gets in the car. But you know, drivers like Dennis Hauger is in contention. I'm not going to sign Pourchaire because we've used Pourchaire before. Not going to sign Sargent for the same reason. But you know, Iwasa is definitely a contender. Hajar is definitely a contender. Jack Crawford, maybe. Start thinking about who you'd like me to sign as my reserve driver at the end of the season, so that we've got someone we can throw in to practice sessions next year. And I will take all your suggestions under advisement. Is there anything I can do facility-wise? Race sim is about to break. We might get Zandvoort out the way, but that'll be the last race of the season before. How long will it take to refurb that? It doesn't say. But it'll probably be best part of a month, I would imagine. Operationally, is there anything we can do here? Not really. Okay. Back to the inbox. Side pod research is done for next year. We know about that. That's where we're going to end it. So, yeah, horrible weekend tonight. We were due one, to be fair. We've had such a great season so far, and our drivers have made so few mistakes that as the pace of the car picked up with that last round of upgrades, I'm amazed we didn't have them earlier. But, you know, we've started seeing some mistakes creeping in, and it was just a horrible combination of a terrible race for Freddie and a last lap retirement for Felipe from the lead of the Grand Prix. Hopefully that's our bad luck out of the way for a while. Maybe we can maybe we can redeem ourselves tomorrow at Zandvoort. We'll have to see. I'm a little downcast still, but I'll be back to fighting fit tomorrow. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager Challenge Mode very soon.